We are on.
Good day and salutations, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Togetherwerole.
Hang on, it's going to be a fun one.
It's going to be a fun one. Happy April Fools, by the way. We're one day late on my recording, but by the time,
By the time you see this, who
By
knows
the
what
time you
it'll
see
be.
this, it'll be like
Christmas.
Memorial Day.
It won't matter, but
Yeah.
Unless you're watching way in the past or the future, depending.
The recording.
Because that makes sense.
No.
we're at now.
When will now be then?
Soon.
Always the
Intro!
We just missed it.
When?
Actually, no. What do we want? We want to run the intro?
Quinn Mill, followed by RPG Elements, and also
JD Arts.
JD Arts. There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the love and
Yeah.
all the support, guys. Go give them support.
Yeah, exactly. And we're not sponsored by them. We just want to share the love, and that's why we're sharing their names.
But if you would like to sponsor us,
We're open.
Our Venmo is down here.
Skyrim, by the way, Bethesda with Skyrim and all their music.
That'd be great.
Please let me use it.
Can we just, that'd be
See you in a
great by
moment.
itself.
Anyway. Hi! A little recap from last time. Last time we left our intrepid adventurers with the Silver
shit,
Menagerie.
we
Left
left
our
our
one.
Oh no. Yes, calamity check.
Last time,
Yep.
with the Silver Menagerie +1, still +1.
No,
You're our plus
I am
one.
not a +1.
You are now the Silver Menagerie.
With the calamities you guys bring down on the others, I do not want to be considered a +1.
It was a whiteboard session.
Yes, just add it to the
Figuring
whiteboard.
out what to do, adding to the list, followed by what's currently available, where should we go, what's currently pressing right now, and what you should do. It turned into an impressive array of. Sure.
If you haven't seen it, please go back and watch it.
Yeah.
If you have seen it, go back and watch it again.
Yeah.
There's a
It was
lot you
just-
missed.
because there is a shorter list of interplanar entities not pissed off at the party than are pissed off.
It is very true. Most of them we accidentally caused.
This world would be a lot safer if we weren't doing it.
But when it's...
Once you get past the idea that you would
Yes.
have
Yes.
It
a,
would absolutely.
Yes.
demonic possession mind flare elder brain thing piloting a Tarrasque, everything else is just gravy.
You're welcome.
Before Quinn got here, it was like pretty much the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Now it's the 5.
How many
I
are
feel
there?
like everyone's getting a lot of credit for what I've brought into the world.
Devils?
Yeah.
The devils and the fae are definitely both my fault.
Yes. Thank you
but
for
you
admitting
don't
to it.
have
I
that.
understand that.
The Fae can additionally be considered my fault, though I was not present for.
Is the Warforged my
also,
fault?
the eldritch, my fault. Like when I set the babies free without anyone's consent.
Right.
Remind me why we keep her around.
Because if we don't, she blows our brains up.
Anyway,
That's kind of the gist of it.
So recap.
that was pretty much the recap, right? It was bullshit.
You're welcome.
That was a recap of the recap.
Yeah, you ran around in the Heartburn, the city of Forge, as they were pretty much well prepared and well stocked, actually. I'm not quite sure where that come from. But anyway, you guys did a shopping trip, you did some information gaining, and then you saw someone, a pale-skinned tiefling known as the Diplomat, through an interdimensional portal that led somewhere, you're still not quite sure, through his strange art-based painting magical capabilities. You ran a bit of information game there, along with made a barter with the previous arrangement of getting something special for leaving a portal painting on the World Turtle, which you did. And then you asked him to be transported to the Shadowfell, specifically at a certain keep's location, with the capabilities of not having time pass normally for you guys, so that when you return on the material plane, it was as if a few seconds have passed, or beforehand. Time is weird when you do planar travel.
I think we already made that canon.
It is canon. It's already canon. Especially with Quinn's, oh yeah, it works. The second Quinn coming in, war-torn, and then leaving.
Make sure we don't talk to ourselves too much before then.
Is there anything you want to do before
We did.
you go with the I'm just doing a quick thing before we continue. Is there anything you want to grab before you leave civilization again?
Other than normal supplies.
What's normal supplies for Ek?
For Ek, it's going to be, I'm the happiest when I'm in a flea market because I can go.
There's flea markets.
I can go. Oh, I need this pan.
I didn't know turtles could get fleas.
Wow.
They're crabs. They're not fleas.
Crabs. They're fleas with shells.
So
Stretch, even for me.
nothing extraordinary. It's more of I've written down a list of just odds and end items.
Okay, how much would you like to spend on this endeavor?
These are 5 gold, probably 10 gold
easy.
at most.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
This is incidentals and trinkets. It's like, ooh, a spork. I mean,
Yes, let's roleplay the bartering of a spork.
I don't intend that to be a roleplay element. I'm just saying I'm picking up those kind of items
Ah,
because I've got my grab bag of goodies.
And-
Sure, I don't want a foon, not a spork. A foon.
We didn't get the chance to do it between sessions, but I was going to have made some arrows.
Oh, right. Yeah, you can do that.
Well, there's some kind of fun rules. I wasn't sure if you'd allow the arrows to do interesting things, like signal arrows and ones that cut rope.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
We will definitely have to iron out the rules and stuff like that because I've seen plenty of homebrew arrows and 5e doesn't have enough of that.
Yeah.
Which is why, especially
arrows.
archers get a little short. But it's all about the ammunition and stuff like that. 100%.
Yeah.
Well,
And then you get on to like exploding and oil of impact, where there's a little vial of oil of impact behind the arrowhead. So it hits, sticks into him, and then the shaft compresses and then fires the arrowhead deeper into him.
I will say right away, there are such things as grenade arrows. They're disadvantage on like a single target, but for like a general area.
I want them.
Okay. There are currently 3 available because right now most of the stuff is going towards the front lines. They are they have half the range of a normal grenade.
Grenade?
You have
You mean arrows?
Oh,
No,
size.
grenade.
Explosive size.
explosive size because
It's a smaller cartridge.
Yeah,
So it's a
because you
15
can shoot
foot.
it a lot longer.
15 foot? 15 foot cone? Or 15 foot?
It was a 20-foot sphere, if I remember
It's going to be
correctly.
10 foot sphere. 10
Yeah,
foot,
it will be a 10-foot sphere
8 frag.
10 foot radius or 10 foot diameter?
diameter.
So I can get 4 people.
Sorry, 10-foot radius.
Okay, so I can get.
Final answer. There we go. Brain seizing out.
What's the one bullet I got to?
With the same payload, which is like the equivalent of like a fireball, if I remember correctly.
I forgot what bullet I got.
So, like you said, fireball.
If I remember correctly, yeah.
So 4d6
Oh,
or
cold iron.
5d6.
Nathan should have the.
I'll get
looking
it from
at
him.
that right
I don't have
now.
side.
Yeah.
I don't have one right now. Actually, I might.
And you gave me some magical grapple arrows,
Yes.
but I wanted to make some mundane ones as well that are basically just arrows specifically for like shooting a rope to.
Oh, that's easy enough.
Yeah.
As long as it.
And less for climbing walls and more for Hawkeye style leaping off a cliff and shooting.
Naturally.
Also-
For some, you have like a little Paxis cinematic mode.
Yeah.
Right there.
That's the frag grenade.
Okay.
Also, I have a bullet made of cold iron.
Yes.
1 singular bullet.
5d,
Yes.
5d6 damage.
Do I have to get a card for that or just have to
No.
bullet? Okay. Because I don't know what it
You
does.
just said don't let Faye touch it.
Noted. Just gonna go.
DC 15 dexterity saving throw. If I shoot the arrow and actually hit a person with the arrow, do they get disadvantage?
They automatically fail.
Oh, awesome!
Because if you impact chest them, I mean, there's no chance. Fucker. So,
God,
Save one of these.
but you have disadvantage on attacking
strike.
a single target.
Yeah.
So it's disadvantage on shooting a
I'll
single
save
target.
one of
because
those
it's
for going
definitely
up to Tarask's nostril.
Specifically the nostril. Is that a cold shot?
Yes, it would be.
Called shot brain.
Oof.
Is that
Honestly,
10
Tarask
damage?
could take it.
Yeah, it could.
Yeah. Once. They can take it
I
once.
might make him sneeze.
All right.
Alright.
And each one is
I had a list
about
that I'd
it's
found
100
that were
gold
like.
for those aspect arrows. They're 100 gold apiece each.
I know I have that money. Again, my notebook is missing,
Yeah.
but I will minus 300 gold.
And then I'll get the proper list of the arrows because I meant to make that, but I ran out of time because
No,
I had interviews.
But
Woohoo!
but I had like 10 that they were, some of them were from 3.5 and some of them were actually from 5th edition. It's like, these are cool things you can do basically
Send
with
them
a
over.
trick shot. And I was like, can I make arrows to do these?
Send them over. Let me read them over first to make sure that they're good.
That's what I was hoping to
Yeah.
do, but I got sidetracked.
It's all good. This the last 2 weeks it went through a blur. So yeah, and then we'll go through the proper pricing and stuff like that. But for now, you got grenade arrows.
And we can also probably assume that you were able to afford them. What with
Oh.
the I throw money at all of
I
our
actually
problems.
have like 1,200 gold pieces.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. I realize you have thousands upon thousands upon thousands, but I haven't spent any of my own money yet. Right. So.
I'm just saying, like, if there's one that he's like, oh, 6,000, then you could be like, I'm
And
spending
I go to the butcher
6,000.
shop to get new fresh meat for my box.
Noted.
To hold some
They have a
fresh.
lot of fish.
You're gonna let.
Oh, all right.
So you're gonna
They
get
also
some
have
fresh
goat
meat and
and,
that's in there. Good.
Oh,
He has a trunk.
They also have spider.
basically a nice chest.
Sorry, wolf spiders.
That's nice.
You know,
Literally a nice chest.
I'm actually. Are they dead?
No, they're still
It's a
alive.
chest of gold.
Well, they're gonna get really cold in my box.
Well, it's kind of like the lobsters in a tank.
Yeah.
They're in a box and it's full of webs, and then he kind of puts them in the smoker, and then he takes them out so that he can give them to you.
All right. Well, I guess I'll put them in the box. They come in little boxes. I'll put them in the box, so I can.
I'm sorry.
I'm thinking Nicholas might like these, so I'm going to get.
A wolf spider is a medium-sized creature.
Those are huge.
Yes.
Never mind.
Yes.
Do you have any wolf spiders?
So like I come back with one on a stick, like a skeleton on a stick, just crunching through some carapace. You want a leg?
Yeah.
Sucking it out like a straw.
Hey, you know, when you're in the local area, you gotta eat what you gotta eat.
Wow, those are a lot bigger than I thought.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I was like,
You want to buy?
I was thinking, well, I'm trying to preserve.
It's like a meaty churro.
Yes, I
If
do
you go
want
from, if you
I think
go their
it's
torso,
spindly.
just their torso, not their legs, they're only like 3 feet long. But when you add their legs and everything,
Oh, right,
they're,
right.
they're big.
Right. All right. Well, I just need like some legs. Oh well.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I guess we'll
let's
just.
start with
These will be snacks off for. This will be road food, gentlemen. So here you go. I can't believe Quinn, you actually like those.
It's
You fit in really well here. You know that?
hey, I am a creature of the wilds. I take my food where I can get it.
I just don't eat.
I have sent you a couple of scrolls that I want to pick up.
As my phone goes off, yes.
So
They're cheap.
Oh yeah, they're cheap.
They're just stuff I don't want to have to prepare anymore.
And these are all first or second level spells, pretty
First
much?
or second, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do 75 gold pieces each, just for round basis.
Cool.
Especially with their scrolls or one-time uses. But unless you're a wizard, but you know.
Yeah.
and we already did our shopping for our health potions and stuff last
Yeah,
episode.
I had written that.
Yeah.
Stuff down.
So I think we're ready to rock. All right.
But I will note, since you guys have been running around the city and buying pretty much anything you needed and anything on, with no limits on it, on the supplies, especially during war times, as they're going for the front lines and uncertainty and all that, this city, this single frontier city, has a lot of resources. Resources that you don't think they would have. But right now you're preoccupied with the whiteboard.
They shouldn't have anyways.
So, which reality-threatening calamity are we dealing with first? Oh, that's right, Shadowfell.
We're going to Shadowfell to kill this person, with hopefully not take any time, so that we can then go save our long-lost quote-unquote friend to then go to the front line of my own home village to then rescue my family members, or potentially keep them being transmuted into devils, while simultaneously then confronting a Tarask.
Yes, and then don't forget we are going to have second breakfast somewhere in between that. But we are using the door of continuum from the tiefling, the interdimensional tiefling guy.
This is all going to happen within a week.
And we're going to have to go through the Codell dynasty to do this, apparently.
Oh, we've never been there. That's right. It'll be fun.
So,
The Voidwalkers. Yes.
are we... Oh, why are you excited at that?
Because he won't be here for it. You'll get to watch it on YouTube.
Well, I mean, no. I was there for it. 30 years ago.
They're really not so bad.
You know, the War of the Burning Lands, people always forget about it. It's only 30 years ago. I was there.
But you don't remember it.
I don't remember it. Maybe I'll remember it this time.
All right, are we all ready to go? Shall we go over to the Diplomat? And
I don't know. Do you remember anything when you were 3?
All right. So remember I pull out these gaudy, just like almost fluorescent pink fedoras, and I put one on Eck, and I put one on. Remember, we have to wear these when we go through the portal to the Shadowfell in order for it to work.
I hate you.
Really?
Roll insight, bitches.
He just dropped it. Didn't actually roll the fucking die. Die because
Already
it
know
rolled a
the
10.
answer. Just roll insight.
Fucking tell the truth, man.
5.
Oh, yes?
So close.
I'll double
So
it.
close.
Would it be
10.
performance or deception to not laugh?
That would be performance.
Cool, I rolled that with advantage.
Sorry. That was a 10, which makes it an 8.
So what is your
Alright, so with a
persuasion
30.
deception?
34.
He is so telling the truth.
I mean, he's fake. He's got to know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I mean, I'm
There
not
we are.
reacting.
There we are. Literally, it's this. There we are. Looking. You're standing right in the middle, and we're both standing on either side of me. And we're like, actually, I'm down.
Where's
here.
yours?
You're up there, and I'm all. Oh yeah, a little rakish to the left. No wait, that's the other left. There we are.
Yeah. Well, no, and I got a feather for it too.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
That's not part of the
Mine's
ritual. but
special.
Yeah.
Mine's
Where's yours?
special.
Oh, I don't need one because I'm part elf.
And what was his?
He's part dragon.
Then yours?
Part elf. Hey,
Faye.
Faye.
That's right. That makes sense.
Faye and dragon.
Like
come
in
here.
Sylvan. Faye.
Do you want me to roll another deception check? I mean, I can do this.
He rolled a 34.
Even if I roll a nat 20, the maximum I can possibly get, even with home rules, is 23.
The max I can get is 25.
I have a -2 with my wisdom.
Like,
You know.
even with your -5, he can't.
I'm gullible.
Because even
Weird.
if I roll a 1, my class makes that a 10. So even taking the -5, that's still a 22. So
I can
natural
make it
20
one.
and natural 1, yes, they could potentially make it. But if I get a 2, I don't lose that 5 for the
Right.
homebrew.
So it's an epic fail, and I have to critically succeed.
Yes.
For me to even...
Looking good, gentlemen!
Yes.
Looking good!
We are.
We need to commission that.
You're in the town for distance, one kid.
Okay, that's all good in pink. All black armor, pink.
Vibrant pink.
Not like I'm stealthing anyways.
Is it one of those wide brim?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, big Jarlaxle from like the Drizzt, not the
Yes.
big old hat.
It's like a zoot suit.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was the
Mark
little
a gold
kind of
piece off
triangular
it.
one.
No. That's what I'm wearing. Is the
Oh.
Bobkin, whatever those are called.
Yeah.
I've got one of those. But you guys get big old fedoras, like big old
Mark a gold piece off
hip
of that.
swaggers. 2,
All
one
right.
for each.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
It's an expensive hat, man.
Yeah. It is.
Well, it's
Part
that
of the
big
ritual,
hat.
so.
yeah, the hazing ritual.
Wait, isn't it supposed to for the newcomers? Not the.
We can't say shit. We don't know.
Yeah.
Taking some
Long
haircuts.
to.
Alright, we can go now.
A little snickerings in the background, including from the person that sold the hats. You head back to the Diplomat, finding this rather quiet house with simple flowers in front of it. You open up the door, take off the handle, and open up the door from the inside. Entering as the town disappears entirely. The diplomat still on the ceiling having a rather terse conversation, though you do not hear anything. There seems to be some sort of barrier or some sort of magical influence that ceases any sort of speaking, and as soon as you enter, the one that's speaking, this one, a human male dressed in fine black robes that has a couple of religious figures, but immediately covers it before anyone, as you guys start entering, as he covers his mouth, as the diplomat seems to just continue speaking. And about 5-7 minutes passes by, as the conversation seems to finish up. As this robed black figure immediately takes haste to this dimensional portal painting door that he used in order to exit the area with haste.
Wow, he wasted a spell slot just on leaving the room.
Must be high level.
Alright, the diplomat comes down to greet you. This,
Now you're all kinds of
there we go. This, light-skinned tiefling with various runes across its horns that curl around, and if it's specifically now that you're able to see his hands that are quite delicate, refined, from many years of pastel paintings, that actually have each nail and each knuckle that he has seems to be, initially you think it would just be painted, but those that have high enough perceptions clearly would find that it's actually been carefully etched into the bones themselves with strange runes that I don't believe anyone here would understand.
Does he?
He does.
Well, I see him, so...
Void.
Okay.
Void tongue.
And even with the translation, it's literally the language of void. And even as it translates to your head, as you, your passive perception's high enough. It is a chaotic language that rebels the very physical nature of a symbol.
Hold on.
Took him forever to write it down.
Whatever that means, as you gain a little bit of knowledge of what the void is. And it kind of scratches your brain a little bit. It's like, As he comes over...
Just flashing back to that episode of Star Trek Voyager, where there's the alien species that it doesn't matter what you say, they communicate entirely through body language and posturing. So it's just Neelix and this weird alien dude just posing at each other for like 5 minutes. It's the void tongue.
I had forgotten about
dance
that
to a
episode.
new level. That's why everyone hates the Kodal dynasty. They just went to battle, and then suddenly all these like posers came over and
They're back
literally
alive.
The battle cry is
half-naked
silent.
men and women just doing interpretive dance. And like shit happens.
Allow me to explain myself through interpretive dance.
Anyway, as he comes over, greetings. Shall we be off? I do not have much time left.
Yes.
You got that right. I mean,
Time. We'll be back yesterday.
Funny, but whatever.
It's like we walk over, we see ourselves coming through the portal.
Beat the shit.
don't look. Don't make eye contact. Don't make eye contact.
There's that one there.
They're tattered pink hats.
Yo, with that contact. Did you
There's all
weights
burned.
yesterday?
And the fabric reality pulled in on itself. Anyway.
And you end up in a infinite loop and destroy the entirety of space-time. That's how you solve the
Don't make eye
issues.
contact. Don't make eye contact. Vedic hands himself a 5. Like just.
A painting of the door that is still there on the wall opens up as you guys enter through, not acknowledging the potential non-canon, maybe canon characters that leave at the same time.
Well, let's be honest, it's going to
We'll
work.
see.
Alright.
We kind of know it's going to work.
All right, hold on to your hats.
Yes, do not lose your hats.
Comes to this door, the weather changes immediately. You're in more of a dry heat, and it's always constant, like 80 degrees. almost like that Hawaiian weather that is always the same temperature, but the humidity rises and falls depending on the time of year you're at. You're immediately hit with almost like a chill through the air. Though your clothing handles it for most of you. Ranger, you're able to take care of it no problem because of your class capabilities. Though it does not reach to that point where you have to take actions against it. You are still in a building. Normal stone, nice purple marble floor, etchings across the stone pillars, with a gradual hallway that curves to the right, almost like a donut-like room, with glass stained, some most clear, of the outside world. And you're immediately hit with clouds on your lair.
We're very high up in the tower.
As you look over the horizon and see a city, a building city of purples, blues, and violets far below, hundreds of stories below. As the Diplomat turns around as the door closes behind you, as nothing more than a etching, almost like a door frame upon a brick wall, has been placed there as the door closes, and the door that has been painted there just kind of melts away, distilling completely.
Did we figure out how we're getting back?
The Diplomat turns around.
I mean, I know how I'm getting back.
Good question.
Ooh, I need to clean my printer. Anyway,
We went to buy a summer.
welcome to the Piety's Den Spire. The 173rd floor, specifically.
How far is that in
Heights.
You
Why
are in
is
the
always
capital.
heights?
You're in the capital of the Kodan
We
Dynasty.
just grease your shell and slide down the stairs.
Some say there is no top to this spire itself, but that is not our goal today. Our goal is to go to a specific chamber. Please follow me, and please do not leave my sight.
I'm assuming we won't make it back.
Well, I mean,
How do we get back after we do what we're supposed to do anyways?
well, I would take you back.
Yeah, he's going to be here waiting for us.
Oh, so we have to get back here.
Yeah.
Now, naturally, if there's some sort of spell malfunction, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it.
What was the name of the spire again?
Worst comes to worst, we end up back in the Desert of Teeth and we're fucked either way.
The Piety's Den Spire. Welcome to Ebencrest.
Name?
Evan Crest.
Like EBON.
E-B-E-N,
Evan.
Crest. C-R-E-S-T.
I think it's a typo. Someone forgot the V.
No, well, Ebencrest is what I said.
I know.
Right.
All right. Here we are on the raggedy edge.
Of glory?
We're here to kick some demon asshole, aren't we? No.
No.
Okay.
Hey,
Fey
later.
creature.
Hey,
Archfey.
Okay. No.
It was
Wanna
the
be
same
archfey.
day that we went through this. It wasn't.
That's right. We're
It
here
wasn't
to
a whole other day.
kick some
We
Fey
were-
tank.
Yes.
well, you guys talked to the Diplomat, said, wait, we're not doing this, and you went away for like maybe an hour or two and then came back.
Okay.
Yes, that's what happened.
Yeah.
So
Verbatim.
how long has it been since I learned? This is the same day that I learned about all this crazy garbage going on, like, or the next day.
Next day.
Okay. So how much time should we have spent using sending to just pester this Fey creature, just to piss him off?
That's entirely
Just
up
keep
to you.
sending just the most ridiculous crap.
What was the question?
How much time should we have spent using the spell sending to just torment this guy?
So, if he were entirely himself, all of our time. But he has an eldritch something.
In his brain?
Yeah, and
Just knock on the door and
Who
nothing
likes
opens.
to play brain stuff?
yeah. It would likely just amuse and also provide information about.
What we're doing, where we're at.
Oh, okay.
something, yes.
We're doing something to him, and he's I'm not.
I was just gonna keep sending
moment, I
mental
thought you were just
images of
gonna say-
Eck doing TikTok dances.
Take what?
You didn't know a turtle could twerk, did you?
You're dating yourself there. You're dating yourself.
I just imagine all the packs on his butt just kind of
Jangling around.
Actually, right now they're all kind of floating.
They're not literally floating, but everything is lighter on.
All right.
It's kind of like
His
moonwalk.
arms aren't wide enough to actually.
It's more like a forward and a back.
He's so good.
With
Do
that,
the Mario! Shake your arms from side to side. I'm done.
I love it. Oh, my printer, why did you do this? Oh, grains. Anyway, I'll have to remember
Oh
things.
boy.
It happens.
You know, we try to get fully immersed and not do side stuff.
It's a lost cause, come on.
It's about the game itself. It's not scripted, as you can tell.
Trying
This is
to-
not scripted.
As a bit of a chilly wind blows through one of the open balconies that goes outside of the pyre and actually continues up and over, but you do not go to the staircase. In fact, after a couple hundred feet, you're still in this same hallway that is gently curving to the side and strictly flat, like horizontal flat. You're not going up, you're not going down, you're not like finding any stairs, but after a few hundred feet, you start to like,
This is a massive disc.
no, for like, your guys are smart enough. You would know, like, you go around and you would eventually make a full circle. But the decor, the armors, the paintings, the tapestries, though sparse as it is a big location, and the various items that are decorating this place never repeats. You keep finding new and new decor. And initially you're like, oh, this is a nice place. And then as you guys are starting to travel more and more, that almost like a light, like that sixth sense starts just to prick a bit. That something's not sitting right here. As you have yet to make this continued circle completion to see any repeating anything, honestly.
We haven't seen anyone.
Maybe it just
Not
slightly
yet.
goes up.
Just you, the diplomat, and the hallways.
It seems like a miserable place to be stuck.
I mean, he literally said that this place might not have a top. It's clearly extra dimensional space.
Not entirely. It is still physical, and if you are down below at the crest of the city itself, you can actually see the spires sprawling to the heavens.
Okay, I'm gonna remind you, you've talked to the turtle before. And
Like
you're...
simplification, I do not mean to burn you out.
I like the interdimensional thing.
Yes.
That was a good answer.
He was provided us with architecture skills from the many fragments of the Warden, when he was granting us capabilities to repair both our physical parts and mental parts. And I doubt that is simple enough to even have understanding for you.
It makes sense to me.
Does it now?
Yeah, like replacing parts. It
I
makes
shall
sense.
not question it.
Yes.
You know, you break something, you replace it, right? You know, you lose an arm, you replace the arm.
We can break things.
Please don't.
That would be the only thing you heard. And it's like, and also, please don't take anything. And
Yeah,
fix
like,
it.
I'm curious how many times we pulled you off of a picture that you're trying to...
Oh, see, I was thinking like we're walking by these armor statues. Like, oh yeah.
Make a strength check.
No.
But you are the one looking at these rather weird and paintings, rather extravagant and very messy in terms of porn, and then you start to look a little too deep. But then you kind of move on, and you start to see these, suits.
got your
And
bow in your
every now and
tab.
again, you start to see these suits. They get incredibly chaotic. They don't no longer abide by the humanoid standards of how, like, having a torso and legs and in between connection of the arms, but yet they all levitate in a place of having like these bulbous hand things connected by chains of messy rock armor that is clumped inward, that's resembling somewhat of a face that chains to the other arm and a chain that just connects to the floor that just kind of slowly sways back and forth.
That's an ethereal mess. They ain't touching that.
Pretty sure it's upside down.
Dead.
You got your ass on.
What?
I also picture like Vedek's like constantly like trying to scurry out of like the main path that we're taking. So we just have like a floating disc under him that we just keep spinning to where he, like, no matter which way he tries to run, it just keeps reorienting him and it's just floating along with
You
him.
mean the cat on the Rubicon?
Yeah, like cat on a robot.
On a Ruba, oh jeez.
But I picture, ooh, and he like goes like this and starts running towards something, and the disc just spins underneath him.
Just still going in the direction.
Well,
Scene change. Fast forward a little bit. He's just sitting on it. Just howling. Never let me have any fun.
how long do we need to walk along this?
Oh, another 10 minutes at most. There's no gateway where we're going for security reasons, of course.
Makes sense.
We must climb another 40 levels.
We haven't climbed any levels yet.
Oh, yes, we have. He gestures out to the window, and you start to see the cloud layer is a little lower than when you last checked.
Is the sky turning black?
No. No, you're not that high.
The sky is gray. And all the leaves are brown.
Just don't hate yourself.
I went for a walk.
We're continuing. Let's continue. I can't. Oh boy. Even my brain's starting to hurt.
You have a brain?
Yes,
The
even
concept of
your
breakfast cereal that makes noise makes your brain hurt.
Is that stupid?
I'm not.
Usually.
I'm just simple.
Alright. So we're continuing. We've got 40 more levels to climb.
Yes,
Alright.
and in 10 minutes, as you go again, flat but slightly curved, as you travel again and again and again, seeing new paintings, tapestries, strange jars, no, glass spheres that have artistically been representation in strange, rather inventive shapes that you don't really see. Oh!
chimney.
And then the sun comes out of the sky and burns you all.
Anyway, that's when 6 dragons attacked the party.
Yes.
See, we
All
only
of them
noticed 'cause the
ancient
sun was
and
out.
very angry at one golden kobold.
We didn't notice because there was actually the sun out today.
X's.
We saw the sun.
Oh yeah, we did see the sun. I think Vedic would see this one first because he's been the one trying to break off the most. Seeing a glass sphere shade that kind of curls around and doubles back on itself and then continues and gets connected on the internal parts. And you see, at first it was just a black lump. And then it kind of stars out a bit, almost like a black, like obsidian black, takes no light kind of thing, and it kind of percolates in various spots, though it's not really touching anything. First a dozen, then multiple, and as you guys get closer and pass it, it kind of roils up, staying in the glass container, but starts to have purple lights from the inside as tendrils start to seep down. Only baseball size.
Klein bottle for sale. Inquire within.
As you go higher and higher, having that not enough to cause you to be like panicked or anything, but just between the tapestries and the strange art of various images, almost like a finicky, you see a painting that's having a person of a face that has been elongated out, turned around and multiple times into like a strange infinity symbol with him still screaming into abyss. It's just, you get that general sense of uncomfort.
Malaise.
This isn't a good place.
It's not an evil place, or at least not outright evil.
It's disconcerting.
Disconcerting, yes.
There's a reason they called them Voidwalkers.
What?
There's a reason they called them Voidwalkers.
Can you tell us more about those Voidwalkers?
That's about all I know.
Oh, great. Thank you. I can.
There was
I
one
can
book.
tell you about things I don't know either.
There was one book, and now it's in ashes because the entirety of that dwarven city has exploded from a Tarrasque. There was one book that I read.
Was their fault.
One book.
Voidwalkers didn't do that, though.
No, that's the only book that I read about the Voidwalkers. Dwarven Keep, Dwarven City. Gildo,
Now,
Crater. Oh.
just to let you know, the person that we are about to meet is a bit eccentric and can cause panic to swell up in others, just from the sight of him. Just know, keep calm, play nice.
Play nice.
Don't talk.
Got it.
Well, good. Someone eccentric. I was getting bored with all of these normal ass people.
Who here is normal? Who out of all of us is normal? Quite literally.
She says from her next to her devil on a chain.
Oh, actually, I forgot about to ask that. Your one remaining devil, where is he?
Following like he should.
Okay.
Do we skip over that fact?
We did just skip over that fact.
This one's the horned.
This
Barb.
is the
Barb
barb
devil.
One of the little ones.
Yeah.
Little ones.
A little
Really easy.
easier to hide, but still equally as terrifying as it's passing by. One of the doors seemed to, and what looks to be a normal wooden door, as the barb devil passes by, fog begins to wreath from underneath it as the barb devil just, and it,
You know, with any luck, it might take care of itself.
Stop putting marshmallows on the barb devil's barbs.
Do they toast on the barb, or do they toast when they're around it? Is
they
the barb
toast,
itself
they toast
heated?
on the barb devil. Yes.
Is the barb itself heated, or is it the area around the barb that is heated?
No, he produces heat. As
So
it's
it cooks inside and out. It's like the perfect way to.
So it cooks from the inside only, because it starts from the spike, though.
I don't know. Ask
No,
the pixie.
it
She's
doesn't.
the one roasting
Oh,
marshmallows.
that's right. Yeah, Pixie.
You know nothing of.
She's
devil.
currently just,
She's doing a chubby bunny, and she's like every now and then a marshmallow appears on a barb. It gets cooked and then disappears again.
It's like one of the little
Each
ones.
marshmallow, though, is mysteriously bigger than her torso.
naturally. And she still gets it in.
Why? Because pixies.
Yes.
Dimensional stomachs.
And apparently digestive tract as well.
And you're eventually looking at a double door grand door. Very wide, but not very tall, as this entire hallway is maybe 8 feet tall. Not the tallest hallway in the world, especially for a place that definitely has some more, sort of money, wealth, and diplomatic placement. As you guys passed maybe 2-3 individuals, definitely humanoid, mostly robed, and very simplistic in nature, and orange across their entire chest in terms of what they wear as robes. Very monkish. They don't seem to pay much mind, except for the barb devil, where a couple of them go, "Ah!" And as the barb devil coughs, apparently, because I did that, as it walks by.
Don't worry, he's mostly harmless.
Mostly. Just don't touch him.
And this door, like any other, has no symbols, has no markings as far as you can tell. And it's just a simple door with a double single centered area where it's like you have the main door and then you have a center area where you can open up and it has the barbed area for somebody to look inside.
Like a porthole.
Yes. And this one's like a 6-foot round portal.
6 inch.
6.
Foot.
6 foot, 6 inches.
Let's go 3 foot.
Okay.
3 foot diameter.
Because you did this, and I'm like,
No,
that's not
yeah,
6 inch.
but
Oh.
in compared to the entire door of the
Okay.
double area that's very wide, it is much bigger than what a normal person would normally need.
Okay.
And
This is
very
like
no-
at the entrance to the Emerald City. The dude.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I'm getting.
Got it.
Same.
sorry, what? As the diplomat turns around. What was it?
It's something about horses and colors.
Very well. I have no idea what that is, but I'm just going to enter as he just kind of opens up the
Minor
door.
illusion. We're seeing the
Damn it.
What?
another color. Just every time someone questions, another color.
As he enters in, the door opens up, barely touching the door itself as it seems to bubble and react to the very touch it is. The door unlocking very rapidly as you enter, see a room before you, and sign if you so enter, a cylinder room that is maybe about 100 feet in each direction. Rather sizable one, in fact, that is stacked with upon books, upon boxes, upon labeling, upon desks, upon paperwork, upon apparently not a crochet set, but one of those, you have the ball and then you have the stick and you toss it, hit it from when you're on the horse.
Croquet.
Croquet.
Polo.
Polo, there we go.
Croquet on foot, polo on horse.
There you go. But
Different
yeah,
size stick.
as just
And on foot, you should be
a
using something
hoarder's
and a hedgehog.
dream of various boxes, chess pieces, plate pieces, and various different play equipment of just basically a kid's wonderland on the inside as he enters.
See?
with a center finger. You look
I
up.
know a horde when I see one.
Yeah, it's definitely a horde.
What?
Make a perception check.
Oh, you're looking up.
What?
I'm noticing the. I'm gonna assume that I noticed the dragon, the
Oh, I'm not.
kobold looking up. But I'm not gonna bother because my reception's
Come
terrible.
on. You would open.
Is there a single croquet mallet?
Yes.
That's suspect.
But there might be others.
One does not play croquet by themselves.
14.
14? Well, the first thing that garnishes your attention right off the bat upon everything around you is the center
the
figure.
croquet mallet.
Centermost figure that is billowing this strange ichor as if it's just billowing with shadow. Now, that doesn't really put you astray because you've seen someone else
Yo.
do it quite a lot.
Literally eat shadows.
But the form that this thing takes is unnerving, as you just see one purple eye at the center with a mass of tendrils that are whipping around, 9 of them, in fact, with a stalk at the end of it that eventually opens up, looking in various directions, one each holding an eye.
Does this look like anything I'm familiar with?
Roll a survival, history, or religion check.
They're all +1.
Options, man.
Oh, no,
What
I
number
got
to
this
roll?
one.
18.
Oh shit.
20.
20. And what did you roll specifically?
History.
History?
Modified 20.
Modified 20, shit.
22 Arcana.
I know I read a book on
Arcana.
this.
Oh, we're allowed to roll Arcana? That's so much
Sure,
better.
yeah, you can do that.
All right.
Still a modified 20.
I'm just gonna take the action to its brain. I'm interpreting language and whatever I get from it.
There is no intelligence from this entity.
I have no clue what the fuck's going on.
That's a 28 Arcana.
28 Arcana. Well, while everyone is like, what
it's a
is
computer.
this thing? What is this thing? As you navigate, meanwhile, at the same time, the diplomat goes, "Oh, Labyrinths, we have company, and I have business with you along with these patrons as well." As you guys are getting this information, starting with Nicholas, unfortunately, you don't get, you don't know what this thing is, but you have a familiarity that is, you might...
I take quick sketches because I think it'd make a good
there's
start.
there's something that's familiar with this, though you do not get any languages, you do not get any intelligence, and you do not get any way of communication, which is also weird.
Got it.
Vedic,
20 History, 28 Arcana.
this is a duplicate of some sort. You're not quite sure what kind of duplicate, but it is a minion. That you definitely know this thing is a minion. Minion of what? You don't know. But the shape and the tendrils and the eyes knocks you a little hard. With the combination of the arcanas between you and Quinn, as you start to look around, and the rest of you come to the same conclusions. Like, what is this? What is that body shape? Nicholas, Vedic, Quinn, Ek, and a little bit of Sparks all feel immediately as a lethargic energy hits you. And it takes you a few moments like, oh, what just happened? As all your equipment, the coffee doesn't refill, your protections, wards fall away.
Oh, anti-magic field.
Do you have a belt that's holding everything up?
No.
No, okay, never mind. As you feel all the protection wards that you have prepared
All that
dissipate
coin.
entirely as you
Did
feel
I-
weird.
What
Did I
happens
start
to
feeling heavy all of a
things
sudden?
Yeah, you
like
started feeling
bags
heavy.
of holding in an anti-magic?
Yeah,
As a-
Okay.
Do I just stop functioning?
It's an empty bag.
You don't stop functioning,
That's
but that vibration
Because I
stops.
I just imagined the eruption out of him, and that would be bad.
And you hear almost like a...
I feel as heavy as I always do. I was.
As all of you start to look up, who knows deep speech?
I mean,
Oh.
if I'm looking at something.
Right now, your magical incantation, magical influence is not available.
Okay.
I don't think. Nope.
It translates over to a more common speaks. Diplomat Zeus, this casual demonstration of entering my chambers vexes me. As a 8-foot diameter floating head with tentacles. Single mass eye floating down as if a bigger head has been detached from a bigger body, as tendrils, smaller tendrils underneath, are just wheeling in the air with various annoyed flicks, as two bigger ones that look like curved hooks that can pierce physically into objects, as 9 various stalks, almost like creatures that have opened up their mouths, almost like a snake, with their mouths protruding with stalks.
Like the lids have teeth.
Yes. As you are looking at a beholder, as its main eye looks down the people that enter its chambers.
I've never
Behold!
I've only read about your type.
Shut.
Only read about those.
I desperately want the pixie to have like a tiny trombone.
Actually, the pixie was flying around and goes,
Because all your magic's gone. All of your magic.
Do I? Oh my god.
with the split second of this transition, is there anything you want to do at this
What
moment?
does that
You
do
know-
to
you know
your
what-
artificer stump?
What does that do to your sword? Do
Oh,
you
sure.
not get
Artificer
cursed
stump
anymore?
is not magical.
You don't feel the curse anymore.
Buckers.
No, this is magic, not curse. It's different.
Well,
Attuning to your sword, though, was magical.
That is, unfortunately, due to the transition, did not survive.
No, I was talking about
Oh,
something
The
else.
sword. So you might know.
Yeah, but that's only whatever. Doesn't that's what I can't believe you're thinking about that right now. I'm worried about. I'm holding
looking at this thing, and
I'm
all
holding
the
my
magic
belt.
stops working.
all
and,
that
and
additional charismatic energy that you were able to infuse yourself with suddenly just almost like a bunch of makeup fell off your body.
none of my stuff is magical in nature. For my charisma,
Oh yeah, I forget about that.
That's
It's just
natural.
distilled inside yourself.
it's just pure unadulterated snark.
100% me.
But the faint energy that is normally exuding from
Oh
your
yeah,
body,
yeah. No, all of
that
my
is stripped
charm
away.
and compulsion, all
Yeah.
that being stripped away. I'm looking at this thing. My bow feels heavier in my hands. The string is not as taut, but I'm still looking at this thing going.
Well-defined cheekbone
it's
and
pretty
lower
much a fucking
jaw,
balloon.
massive.
I'm
gnashing
3% less
teeth.
intimidating right now.
You're 3%
Less.
intimidating.
Yes.
As it gently floats down, looking down towards, saying a couple cursed tongues in Undercommon, as it begins to speak once again. And what pleasantries do you bring the today?
Bottom of the screen, Vedek's base slides, trying to catch the fairy that's on the ground.
Perception check. As you hear,
I was so close.
it only has 5 feet of movement, so it's like crawling away.
Do I need to roll with my 22 passive?
So sorry, make a dex check between you two.
Oh no! Sorry, Pixie. Saving throw or just a check?
Check.
I
She's
promise
never
you,
run
I
so
promise
fast in
you
her
did
life.
better.
Not if I roll like that.
Pixie's never run so fast before.
I got a 13.
I got a 10.
Okay. Yoink!
So close.
Do not eat the pixie.
It was.
Here, come on. Have a spider leg.
Nah.
I just imagine Vedek looking like a child with an oversized, one of those giant lollipops, just with a spider leg.
I try to say in Dwarvish, this is not good. Am I able to enunciate those words?
No, you're not. As its main eye is looking at all of you, as you see various other same shadow entities that are floating around the room, seeming taking a perimeter approach.
Okay, so-
Many of them moving
The
fast.
word
So-
diplomat meant to imply that you're good at negotiating between people. Why is it mad at us?
Just for reference.
Well, in fact, he's pretty much mad at everything. He flicks a coin at it as one of the as a strange semi-oval coin that has a center and almost like a mist off of it. Flies through the air with a ding as it stops in mid-air as one of the stalks brings it down as his main eye. As all your powers comes back up, and he looks back, and all your powers go back down.
Oh.
So my base slide while comedic and slapstick also served a purpose. I wanted to see how
Oh.
far I could get out of how far I could slide out of the eye.
Make a stealth check.
I think that's why it's got a limited area that you can
So
stand in.
those of us that got well enough around, we understand that this is a beholder, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Distilled in almost like primal sense of like shit.
Yeah.
Just hit the fan. But
14.
14. Things are going on. About to speak again. The diplomat begins to speak as it has now the main attention of this beholder. They are here to use the door of continuum. I understand you're very possessive with your things, but they brought many boons to us. So I am here to deliver some of these boons to
Don't you
you.
have a sword you
Of
don't
course.
use anymore that you offered to me?
Which one? Thornbriar?
Was it Thornbriar?
No.
No.
Oh well.
You.
Why do you want to have this conversation now? I mean,
No, because you offered it to me, and like my character was carrying it.
No, I don't want to give this.
The beholder is getting closer now.
Floating head.
I'll say like 2 feet away from Egg at this point. Egg turned around with the jaw right behind you.
I don't have.
Right energetic, these people are.
Just gonna step.
Do you not like
Here.
my visage and
Bye.
be nice smile?
Bye.
It's a lovely smile.
I work on it every day looking at the mirrors. I'm glad
As
you
soon
guys
as he looks away, I'm just like, I click the bow, it rotates to the grenade arrow.
I got to say it.
Wait for the flash.
I've been brought to many times. But my social skills are lacking.
Is that why you play croquet by yourself?
Would you like to do it?
I would personally love to enjoy an afternoon of croquet and perhaps even teach you this fine art of frisbee golf. But we are somewhat pressed for time. So if we could trouble you for the use of the continuum gate, door of continuum, I would
Door
be
of continuum. Get it right.
I would be happy.
You forgot it was
to-
called a soulfire amulet
spend
when it was
some
the
time.
entirety of your mission.
I'm being completely honest. I would be fascinated by coming back and spending time with this beholder in a social setting after our present mission.
I second that opinion.
Persuasion of
With
29.
advantage because we have the 2 stooges in the background right now.
That's way better.
It's kind of like, well, he's more of the stooge, but you get the image in the
This is gonna be really
background.
high.
33.
Oh. As his beholder, as you're fighting back this primal urge to just run, as it has been distilled into your family, elves, humans, turtles, anyone
And the
that-
pixie going. What are you doing? So standing here. The door is open. Run!
You hear behind you as you finish your statements, the 2 doors that you entered close. Now realize what the center part of this open area would be for. One giant eye looking out.
Oh.
As its jaw. Very well.
That's a
But I must abide to one personal rule. One of the eye stalk, well, tentacles that is underneath it. I never serve and help anyone that has no domain over me. A challenge must be made, and a challenge must be made.
I accept.
The eyes goes over. Excellent.
And I slide to the right.
like Vening's already like behind a bookshelf at this point.
I challenge you. What's your
Oh no! You challenged me. I picked the game.
Very well. Turn around thee. The battle of which shall begin. I have a personal favorite, the ultimate game, if you so desire.
I choose archery.
He kind of looks at his body.
You can certainly concede if you like.
Clever as you may be. And then as he moves to the side, 3 more shadows bloom, bloom, seems to almost echo across his body as 3 more shadow minions seem to develop from his body. As his eye stalk stays the same, the shadow around it collapses into a formless mass around the eye as the tendrils just kind of move about. As you hear, as dozens upon dozens of things are moved out of the way, as this 100-foot room is cleared at the center on one side as a mannequin half like part of a broken
Suit of armor.
mannequin part like a combination of various different targets, pans, and other various things are suddenly placed together in order to make a dummy to speak for, along with very little images in common of 10 points, 15 points, 20 points, and then the special sack that has 50 points at the more special
the sack.
At the base of the torso.
Yes.
I always aim for the sack.
Let me again. I shall get my longbow, crossbow.
Longbow.
Longbow it is. Very fine palace for the more noble people. It's been a while since I've done this. And he moves over to the side. And you hear
I
more.
had to win. He just said I had to accept the challenge.
As he brings a tiny, what looks to be a halfling bow compared to his massive size, with various arrows. It is not my hand, but it will do. No, someone else.
Would you like to borrow my spare?
Nay. Now, as a challenge, you must put something down, something that would be tribute, something that would say that you have challenged me. Well, I challenge you, and I hold dominion over you or over me. Do that, of course.
A game of archery to decide who has power over who. Oh, how
Not true power,
quaint.
just power.
Authority?
Speak.
Gotcha. Of which I am doing too much of.
I wager not only my loot but my skill at playing it.
Loot. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you meant all your loot.
No,
There's
my
like whole shit.
loot. I wager not only my loot but my skill at playing it.
As his eyes look down and forth, clear, intelligent, intense, as he's going back and forth. We'll get to Vedic in just a moment.
Vedic's over there just filling a sack. With stuff.
No.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a moment as he's
Right.
looking back and forth. It's kind of that you hold that a little closer to yourself, and it's been used a little times. The strings are a little stretched out. Clear sentimental value. Accept.
And what do you wager?
Something equal to the sentimental value. How long have you had to do? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. As he almost calculates inside his head. Use fingers and the times you sat down, especially with the left hand. You've had it for 300 years. No.
Thereabouts.
He turns around, goes in, looming in, and there's a couple of times where he, no, not enough. And he throws it against the wall, and it's like, wait! I know exactly what is needed. And he goes flying up towards a wall of bookshelves that has been lining the actual walls themselves, upon dozens of tomes, scrolls, various reading materials, and user manuals for many, many sorts of games.
Warcraft 4?
As you see more and
40K?
more games across the room, where you thought it was just a mass of knowledge hoarding. It's more than that. It's massive board games.
He's bored. That's why.
Dungeons and Dragons 4E.
Ain't nobody play that!
We don't talk about that one.
That one was in a special case, contained for all, destroyer of many.
I challenge
for
me
all
over
destroyer
to a
of
game of D&D inside our D&D game. Oh,
The game of D&D in 4th edition.
Vedic, what are you doing?
Oh, I was just trying to hide and get out of the.
Easy now, yeah. It comes back down with a simple deck of cards, well used. Many of the corners come out as all the card decks fold out in front of you. This is the one that is the best for wits. This was my first game of Go Fish.
very well.
You accept?
We played Go Fish with a deck of mini things. Got any death?
How about Void? Oh, I guess you lose.
We shall begin. We shall decide through things. Roll a d20, please, and we'll see who goes first.
9.
8. You go first, or you decide who goes first.
I'll let him go first.
Very well.
And I will offer some encouragement. Don't forget to compensate for the wind, of course, the reflection.
I know what I'm doing.
Of course, I'm just offering some inspiration. You have to subtract a d8 from
Motherfucker.
Wait a minute, that's not magical, is it?
Nope,
No.
ability.
It's bards are rare.
It's a
Technically,
morale effect.
It's a morale effect, yeah.
That's-
Is there any saving throw?
Nope.
No.
Nope, it's just him.
I don't know if I want to use this.
So what does he minus?
Oh, I gotta roll a d8. 4.
That's wow. That's
So as he turns around, as the various tendrils, as one of them is holding it up, and another eye is kind of pulling it back, not touching it, but the eye intention explodes. This tiny little, almost like childlike longbow, and you hear it as it flies out as he turns around a little suddenly and releases the arrow as it hits like 3 feet off.
The string was too tight. It's okay. It happens all the time. It'll loosen up as we go.
As he starts turning around.
Inspiring myself, obviously, so I can get my extra.
Are you high enough level to do that?
Yes, I am.
As a bard? You have to be...
To inspire yourself.
Yes.
Oh, it is other than you. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
No, I actually have some abilities I can use, not specifically just to give myself the raw d8. I can give myself other things, but not that. So I rolled a 15 anyway, so 26 aiming for the sack.
As you aim for the side, you gotta just get a look over to... How would you like to add the flair on this one?
Again, left-handed. So the trick is, the problem is not your aim. The problem is your control bow. So you've got to control the motions and make sure that you give a smooth draw, touch it to your cheek, and then as you let go, I'm not even looking at the target.
As the arrow, almost slow motion, as it wiggles through the air, right in the
Right in the sack.
Right in the sack. There's almost echo from the actual part mannequin as it goes. As steam comes out of its mouth.
Oh, good. For a second, I thought it was a.
As a couple of the shadow tentacles slap their eyes together, almost as if laughing.
That's gotta be confusing.
Bravo.
I knew he could do it.
Well played. The vertical tile goes to you. We have 3 more. 3 more. It shall get more difficult. More. As he snaps with his tentacle. Anyway, he does have
He
a mess
pops
of,
the eye out, snaps.
no, he does have a mess of tentacles that where his neck would attach to if he would have a body. That has a mess of tentacles that act as independent to themselves, along with the 2 claws that are the main.
He's got some dangly bits.
He got dangly bits.
He's got a lot of tentacles down there.
And there's a couple of doors that open up that now you are clear, that they're all around you, and there's a gust of wind that is now blowing in, causing various bits and pieces to fly amok as he brings it closer to his face, brings it to its cheek. You should never have taught me your secrets. And releases.
It's only that one time.
Remember, I gave him additional pointers.
But how long does that last?
I can do it every round.
Oh.
He rolled a natural one.
Oh, I don't know.
As he pulls it back a little too far, the string
I told you the
snaps,
snap's too tight.
and the arrow just... Did it go?
Oh,
He looks
yes.
down.
Very good. Very good.
So,
He's staring at the...
Just little.
oh man, one of the fancy arrows is a bank shot. It allows you to make a attack against a second creature. I was like, I want to pull out one of the arrows, just change the shaft.
He's still looking down at the arrows, just like, and he's looking at...
But that's the trick. That's the trick shot. Is it bangs off of one target onto another? you don't get another attack roll, and you only deal like a d6 of damage to the second target. But it's just a fun thing. But
Okay.
18 plus 11, 29.
29. Yes. What are you aiming for?
You said I had I was gonna try and bank one target into another if you'll allow that.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah.
So anyway, with the banking shot, with the additional win, I'll say 25 is the DC in order to do what you wanted to do.
Okay.
You hit. As you ding ding ding, and you hit him square on one of the round bits that would be part of a haystack that has been kind of painted, and you hit the dead center. Ding, bang. And then again, a couple of eye stalks that go, yeah, clap, 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 clap. It's making a weird squishy sound. Yeah. Let's try.
Great job. Good job. Good job.
As the door
I appreciate your
goes slap and
enthusiasm.
shut, and everything starts to get a little lighter across the entire room as he closes his main eye and shuts it off. And still looks though, because he has the capability of turning on and off this main anti-magic zone. As everything around you begins to float around. This is my natural terrain. I have the superior advantage on this one. And he releases with a new bowstring attached. And you hear, now another natural one.
Oh my god! This poor guy.
As he goes flying, as one of the user manuals are flying through the air, suddenly hits the arrow and it just hits the thing. That counts, right? No, it doesn't count. You're doing something. What are you doing? What have you got my life?
We're all floating.
Yes.
So he turned off the gravity.
You turn off the gravity.
So we're all floating, and I'm like, it's really not that hard. It's like upside down.
Yeah.
Because you totally been waiting
17 plus 11.
for 28.
28.
You hit square in the head as it almost curves
Now
around.
we're gonna get into combat, and I'm gonna roll 4 the whole
As it
time.
hits square in the head, and again you hear it just coming out of the freaking mouth of this poor semi-sentient target. As the eye stalk,
animated object.
animated object. As the eye stalks begin to slap once again, as gravity comes back, as all of you land on the floor, as the final round has been completed. And now, the beholder kind of just looking at itself. Yeah.
I'd be happy to offer my mentoring services for a small fee.
And his eye stalk just kind of comes up with a scowl. Well, okay.
You have great potential. It's just
Misplaced.
Can you roll deception
lack
on
of
that?
practice.
It seems that the fates have
I'm actually
Yeah,
going to I'm actually going to roll persuasion. I'm going to try and befriend this beholder. You
I was just being snarky because he said
34.
Look at you.
You're rolling so
well.
A die is loaded.
As he's going back and forth, muttering to
17 in a
himself,
row.
Yes.
muttering to himself. He didn't cast any spells. I did not incantations. I did not see the flow of the weave around us. Yes, hey, yes, he does have particularities. Perhaps internal divinity. And he turns around. Well, right. You have thoroughly dominated me.
He gives me a
I
die
forgot. Oh, it's right here.
Oh no.
The deck of many deaths.
Please no.
No.
Please no.
There are 2 cards inside.
2 cards.
Don't.
Never an amateur. Either you're in a place of no magic, or you're ready to throw your fate. I remember some maybe.
I want to look at them out.
That I ever used them for.
Is it cool?
But I will live on without them. The story
Why do I
continue.
feel like it's a witch card and void?
How many of you?
It's all.
Those are the only 2 cards that are there.
7?
What's that? How many creatures are we? Does my pixie as a familiar count as part of me?
You're familiar.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
What about Charles and
Ooh,
the devil?
it does not matter. I just need a head count on who will be taking part in this ritual.
5.
Should I bring
6,
some
7.
of my creatures in as well? I can do that if that's all right.
That's
Better do that elsewhere.
I'll take 2.
All right, we'll do
The
that.
rituals do house capabilities of this, especially for such. What are we doing again? What do we need to do?
I'm gonna let her answer that question.
And the diplomat comes out. Oh, actually, I can explain that. No problem. They wish to go to the Shadowfell, specifically to the Fortress of Memories, the fortress that the Raven Queen used to be stationed at. And they wish to have it so that they come back with little as no time as possible. As the beholder kind of calculate, that is quite a challenge. I must accept. You dominated. Finally! As he continues around, and there's a couple of staircases that, 4 of them specifically, that actually go at an angle downwards to a floor below. As it disappears underneath. Quickly now! Before the lose time.
Card tricks. Is this your card?
Yes, it was.
Did you pull a card?
No.
Okay. You have a full deck. But with him explaining, 2 of them are truly the deck of many things.
Oh.
Oh, there's 2.
There's only 2 cards in there that are a deck of many things.
But you don't know which one.
So you keep drawing until one actually does something.
The trick is
It's his world, but I remember the deck of many things. Even when you got a card, it went back into the deck, and you could draw the same card again.
In 5e, it's a little different.
Okay.
5e, they made it so that there's only X amount of cards that are affected, and once you pull it, done.
Okay.
How does there only being 2 work with the declaring rules?
Well, we roll a d20. Depending on the number, you actually pull something.
Oh, okay.
For each card you pull.
Okay. So I got a 1 in 20 chance of whatever card I pull actually working.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, but if it's not 1, does that count as a declaration, or do you pull until it is 1?
No,
No,
that's your card.
you declare how many cards you pull, and then you pull them, and then we see if any of them are magical. If they are, whatever it was, they don't take effect until a maximum of 2 of them are magical.
Right.
But if you didn't pull any, well, then nothing happens.
And those cards are permanently removed from the deck.
Correct. I mean, you can pull them back in if you so desire.
But you know they're not magical.
But you know they're not magical. It makes Go Fish a little bit more exhilarating.
Got any debt?
Alright.
Do you have castle?
Oh.
How do you think he got this tower?
So, do I feel... I'm like holding my belt. Do I...
Currently, yes, you do have magical capabilities.
Yay!
Good.
I can jump.
Well,
That was almost really bad. Good thing you're the only non-magical person here.
you won, and he gave you that. Are we going to be able to get through this door?
Seems so.
The diplomat is currently walking down the stairs, and he's kind of, well, come along.
Off we go.
Okay.
Well done, by the way.
So, are all beholders like
I
that?
figured it was an easy shot because he didn't have arms.
Well played, either way.
Are all beholders
That'd
like
been
that?
my option.
Oh, absolutely not.
Option 2
Absolutely
was
not.
tap dancing.
This beholder is
Kind of nice.
part of the research division of the Togetherwerole, specifically in planar travels and capabilities that are, well, as you can see below as you're not entering chamber, checking to see if the written books are accurate.
So he's working for the city?
He's fact checking their histories.
And as you go downstairs, you actually see another room that is attached to this one. That is filled and littered with various alchemic equipment, arcane casting, various golems in the process of being making, and various other crafting capabilities, along with experimental and non-experimental. As you see, one book, place, or scroll, or piece of written material that is placed for each tablet and table or space that is currently working, making it clear that he's checking whatever is written here to see if it's truly what is written says to be or has been changed based on the victor.
Well,
And then there's another area at the center. As currently the main beholder, Labiquix, is currently moving things out of the center area as he's currently seemingly looking as various eyes seems to go into the floor with various different beams. Grateful that you're not in front of that. As the floor reacts and shudders and opens up. And he disappears, going downwards. Follow quickly!
All right.
Is there a staircase or is this just a tunnel?
It's just a 10-foot drop.
Whoa, 10-foot drop I can do.
Yeah.
I drop it like it's hot.
And I
Drop, I will catch you.
What?
You don't want to catch me.
I just drop. I mean,
You don't want to catch
I don't
me.
need the
Okay.
help.
So far, I trust him. Bye.
And you start floating about 2 inches off the floor as one of the saws.
That was almost really too close.
You're heavy.
Drop of blood.
All
And then
right.
he drops you.
Push myself back
I
up.
can fly down.
Until he looks at you.
Medic's new name is Lawn Dart.
This is actually a dark interior room, maybe about 60 feet in diameter. Though there is definitely a pit that goes. It's not a flat floor. It's a flat floor followed by an angled progression. And you can hear the danglings of chains and something breathing heavily and moving in the in distance as various telekinesical tethers have been created. And you hear as torches light up.
Then he looks at
And
them
this-
and they go back out.
No, yeah. Well, he has the capability to shut it off.
Yeah. Well, he has to close the eye, doesn't he? Just
And
look with his
5e,
other
he
eye.
can mentally shut it
Oh,
off.
okay.
Yeah. It's a little different.
He's
And
a- he's
each
a
beholder
beholder.
is a little different. So.
Okay.
As you're looking down this slope, where all the chains seems to collide with each other, with the various equipments and pulleys and levers that are connected around on either side that are seemingly being fed into this lower area. About 50 foot of a slide, 45-degree angle, you start to see something bulbous, massive, colossus in scale. And you initially are like, oh, that's like some weird painting or some weird statue. And then it starts to contort as you see a muzzle of teeth, a angry contorting muscle face, a billowing muscle with almost semi, not moldy, but semi like liquidly skin of gray and browns and darker materials of leathery hide that billows over this wide mouth and singular eye that has been wrapped around its singular stalk that look to have pillars that have been screwed into the actual eye with chains at the tip of it that look like can be forcibly moved if necessary. Letters. My vault.
Your what?
My vault.
Your vaults.
But technically it's a astral dreadnought's head. Still kind of alive.
Dreadnought's head.
It was accidentally, sir. When I was exploring the astral sea and horror, there was a portal breaking up and I was seeing spirits. And I collapsed it like a corridor, and it's now mine.
Astral Dreadnought's head.
That's why you were saying the fact so clearly.
That is a man's
Not severed entirely. We still need to get into the gullet. As
What?
you clearly see, I've written enhancements.
I'm sorry, what?
As you see the actual toothy maw of this creature that has been chained around its gullet that could forcibly open it if necessary. You see the layers upon layers of layers of layers, like very much like a shark with its teeth of just pointed tooths that have been etched with various markings. With this, how you can ensure entry and exit of the various labyrinths in here. No, we do not have much time. The planar shifts.
We're going in to the mouth.
That's the door.
The mouth.
Continuum.
No, it is not the door of continuum. Is where I keep my stuff.
Oh,
Inside
that.
it.
Oh.
And this is normal to you, apparently.
I'm strangely comfortable with it.
As he turns around and starts pulling levers across the wall, now seeing the just
Your
a gauntlet of
species.
levers all around the room, hundreds upon hundreds of them, as he's only pulling a few of them. As the jaw is changed. As the mouth opens up, as a breath of nauseous air exhale from its mouth.
Oh, no better.
Your species keeps
Glad I
its
could-
reproductive capabilities inside a clock, and you want to criticize? Just saying, everyone's weird.
Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. Got it.
Almost like hammers to a saxophone.
Hammers to a saxophone. Excellent analogy.
That'd be a good
Strange.
ska band.
Hashtag oddly specific.
Strange wands are tapping the tubes, individual tubes that have been etched with something that begin to glow with runic energy. We may now enter the door of continuum awaits.
Ooh, let me play one of my Aquan favorites.
Thanks. I hate it.
Who's going first?
I'm on it.
You're going in.
I have no questions about any of this. Like, I'm already inside by the time you ask that. Like,
I just imagine.
Then it gets on his broom. He's getting real close to Nicholas. If this eats us, you're getting us out of here, right?
I hope
Sure.
All right.
Yes.
I'm okay now.
On the plus side, we already know he tastes terrible, so.
We do.
We do.
Right.
I'm just like prestidigitating because it stinks. Like,
I'm tying my bandit mask back
Yes, you feel
on.
lighter.
Good. All right.
Continuous halitosis.
Here we go.
I'd like to point out,
Right.
I've been inside of a worm within this.
And I don't
The
like.
dead head is fine.
That's fair. That's valid. That's valid.
Not dead.
Whatever.
Semi-alive.
Okay.
Kept alive
It's
through
only
magical means.
mostly dead.
To blame!
As you guys go into the gullet, as the darkness takes you all,
Holding my breath.
yeah,
I don't
noxious fumes taking your senses by storm. You hear one voice of the beholder turn around as he turns to the mouth. No hesitation. I like them. As he joins in again.
Talking to himself.
That's just it.
So I would like to point out some social skills that you may want to work on. You do a lot of talking to yourself. You do a lot of muttering, and
Yes.
things on the material plane tend to find that disconcerting.
As he turns around and the various notebooks that was underneath his tendrils comes out and is various writing. Please continue.
Oh, here, and I just like rip out a sheet from my notebook that says how to interact with the mortal plane people and hand it to him.
As he's all four like almost 6 stocks, including his main eye.
But unfortunately, he's simultaneously fireballing vicinity.
Just got too excited.
See, I'm just thinking, walking down this tooth-rimmed gullet. Ah, yeah, this takes me back.
Oh.
And we're going to end it there.
One of your girlfriends, I assume.
As the Oblivion takes you as you enter the Dreadnought's mouth.
Wow.
Adding to another thing to the bucket list, honestly.
Calamities. Oh, yep, there we go. We got that too.
Thank you for watching. I hope you guys had a good time, and I hope you guys have fun watching with my crazy spouting of shit.
And
that was
the good
awesome.
news
That
is
was
you
wonderful.
guys don't get to feel the spit.
Nice.
Hey, you know, I'm
Not
just sharing
quite
the love,
SeaWorld.
man.
Yeah.
Not quite so
Anyway,
little.
take care. Oh, wait. Let's reset. Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
Stay healthy, stay safe, and take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Rolling.
Keep on rolling.
Keep
on rolling.
No!